Welcome. This is a review on adding, subtracting, and multiplying monomials. Just a few reminders. One reminder is that if you want to add or subtract monomials, they must be like terms. This is a bit of review from last year. Example of like terms are 4x, 6x, and 4x. They have exactly the same variable with the same exponent. You don't have to worry about the coefficient. Coefficient doesn't matter at all. If you look at the x and the x, that's all you're concerned about. There are 6 of them here and 4 here. In the second example, x squared and x squared are like terms, but they are not like terms to the x above. AB and AB are like terms, xyz and yzx. The order does not matter, but usually we write them alphabetically. What are not like terms are something like a and a squared. While they're the same variable, they don't have the same exponent. Okay. The other reminder from last week is when you multiply powers with the same base, you add the exponents. Okay, that's all from last time. So there are a couple of examples here that will help you on your worksheet. For example, here, this operation is crucial. When you look at these two monomials, this says that you're going to add them. So they have to be like terms. So in this case, I have 6n cubed plus 2n cubed, which means I have in total 8n cubed. So I'm adding the 6 and the 2. I keep the n cubed because it's like I have 6 in one bag and 2 in another. This looks very similar, except when you have two brackets, this means multiplication. It can also be shown with a times or a dot. Okay, but you get used to the two brackets. This means I'm multiplying them. So now I go multiply the coefficients. 6 times 2 is 12. N cubed times n cubed, you add the exponents. Because when you multiply two powers with the same base, you add the exponents. So my result is 2n exponent 6. So these two questions look almost the same, but their result is very, very different. Another one. Here I am adding and I'm subtracting. So the only way I can add or subtract is if I have like terms. So here I have n squared. I don't have any other n squareds. I have a 2n. If you notice, I circle the positive with the 2n. That tells me it's positive. And then I have a negative 8. I don't have any like terms here at all. So my answer is identical to my question. I can't go any further. This one's same numbers as above, but it's multiplication. So let's look at it here. I don't need to have like terms to multiply. I need to multiply the coefficients. 5 times 2 is 10 times negative 8 is negative 80. Then I have n squared times n. There is no n here, but it's actually n exponent 0, so it doesn't really matter. N squared times n exponent 1, add them up, you get n3. There again, you have very similar questions. The answers are very, very different depending on the operation. Okay, this is a bit of a combination that you always simplify in the brackets first. There's nothing I can simplify there, so that's done. Exponents. Now, I can't do much with this exponent because this is a squared. It's not 6 squared a squared. There aren't any exponents on the outside, so I can't do much with that. Now I do division and multiplication in the order that they appear. There is no division, so I'll do the multiplication. I'll do this multiplication first, and then we'll do that one second. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. A squared times a, they have the same base, so I add the exponents. 2 plus 1 is 3. Remember, there's a little invisible 1 here. And b times 1, or b0, is b. Okay, you just write it down like that. The next one, I'm going to put the plus from the equation. And then this one I'll do in, let's do it in purple. This one I'm going to simplify. 3 times 6 is 18. A times a squared is a cubed. And then you have the b. So now I look at it and I say, well, is there anything else I can do, or have I finished? If these are like terms, then I can add them. So you have to be sure you know what like terms are. The a has a 3 on it. Is an exponent 3, and the b has a 1, a little invisible 1, so they are indeed like terms, so you can add them. Negative 10 plus 18, remember, negative 10 on the number line plus 18 takes you up to 8. So you have 8 a cubed